slightly frightening. I breached the limit of my abilities there, mate. Hello, Jura Rose. How's that? Is that better? Or that? I think that's actually quite good on Beam. We'll try that. Yes. Hello, Jack Dean. Apologies. I dropped a bollock. Of that, there can be no doubt. I'm sorry. I'm just going to have to delete that last one. Yeah. Good evening, Nick N. I hope the people who were here before come back. George and Chris are live at the same time. Good for them. I hope they're well. Excuse me whilst I hydrate. I prefer a dropped bollock. Absolutely. Can't be preferring undropped bollocks, can we? Because that's not right. He's pumping his film. Not right. He's got to put. Somebody's got to pump it. You know what I mean? Let him pump away. If he wants to pump on stream, let him pump. Something strange happened to me today. Would you like to know what it was? Because I will tell you anyway. I hope you do. Like I said, I'll tell you anyway. Excuse me whilst I pour hydration. Oh, heavens to Betsy. Celia's been a bad lad today. Just woke up in me arms. Today, from the bank, I received a £50 note out of the bank. These are like meant to be dodgy as fuck, aren't they? Like, it's legal tender. But it's like, it's meant to be dodgy, isn't it? I can't remember what it is. It's something to do with like criminals. Criminals all use fucking £50 notes. And I was shocked when I got it. I was like, what's this? I thought they'd given us like a foreign banknote. Until I seen Alan Turing's head. And I was like, oh yes, of course, it's a £50 note. Just put my slippers on. Sorry, I can't see your comments. I'm far away. But now I'm back. They are quite rare, them notes. Yeah, apparently there are people who collect them, like, you know. But surely you can just go to the bank and say, give us £50 notes. You know? Isn't life strange? Lads, I miss the bubbles. Well, sorry about that. But no, we are sans bubbles. The bubbles had their time in the sun. And it is over. Is there a 100 one? Is there a 100 what? No, there is not a £100 note. No. There is $100 bills in America, which is nice. But no, there is not £100 notes. There's that rascal Jura Rose pedal. There's a Scottish £100 note. I know, but that's Scotland, isn't it? You know what I mean? Scotland do different. Strange. Excuse me whilst I hydrate. My other machine has blocked. Has also stopped working. Oh no, there we are. Thanks for working. 14 are watching. So I will have to go back through what I have said already on the stream, which is today that was serves you right, Peter. You should have heard what he was telling us earlier, the horrible man. Your eating habits are fucking outrageous. Today I did the work, the administration, the paperwork for my most worn fragrances of autumn and winter 21-22, which is a boon, isn't it? So I've now done them. They are done, which is great. The video will be released either tomorrow or it will be released on Monday. Another boon. So obviously Sunday is for fragrance rotation. So that's good. Welcome back. Welcome back to you, Justin. No more filter. No, I've got a filter on. The filter I have on is called Beam. I'm not sure if it's more or less good or what is going on, but that's what's happening. I need a camera. I need a good camera, like, you know what I mean? I could have it focused on my face, but I'm not going to. I was thinking about doing like a really vintage review, you know, like of an old scent, like a really old scent, but doing it in black and white. I thought that would be kind of cool because there's a black and white filter on my phone. That's about the limit of my technological ability, like, if you want the truth. It's improved the glare a bit. Yeah, sorry. Yeah. It's getting late here. It's 8:30. You are too beautiful for the internet. That's true. Can't argue with that. Can't argue with the facts. Galen spitting facts. What would be cool floral notes if I got a camera? I'm rocking a beard at the minute. Got myself a hairy face. You know? The last time I appeared on camera was on Eugene's stream when me, Galen, and Thomas were on when I made my great unveiling. And unfortunately, it was in February last year. And February last year, I had a massive steroid injection from the hospital. It's like as a diagnostic tool. And I was thicker than a whale omelette on that video. So that was a bit of a kick. The video is there for everyone. Galen, stop flirting. Have Celia do reviews. That's a good point. Have I been on a few other times as well, have I? Oh, that's all right. I definitely was thicker than I am now. What is the most you have paid for a vintage? There's a lot of variables there, you know. What is the most I've paid for a vintage? Without having like all of me vintages in front of it, I probably couldn't. I probably don't know. I paid a lot of money for the 200ml of vintage Fahrenheit, like 1992 bottle of Fahrenheit. You know, paid a lot of money for that. It's in the eye of the beholder. You have to make a decision. You see, Ramsey was telling me this the other day, right? And I think he's absolutely nailed it. Like, very, 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 very lucky to have my collection at the time that I bought it. And he's the same as well. Our vintage fragrances we bought when the prices weren't stupid like they are now. The prices are going mental on like eBay. Etsy's out of this fucking world. Like, I saw somebody the other day had bought a bottle of Feeling Agile. It was the Palais Royale version, right? But it was a bottle of Feeling Agile and they paid over £500 for it. It was 50ml. It's £10 a mil. Yikes. The most I've paid for a vintage, I don't know. I personally, honestly, I don't feel as though I've overpaid for any of my fragrances. Although I have paid a lot for fragrances, I don't think I've ever overpaid. I'm never paying that much for a perfume either, just spot on. There's a 200 ml bottle of Derby on eBay, and it has been for over a year. And it is a 200 ml Eagle, what we call Eagle bottle. Hello, Cathal. It's a 200 ml Eagle bottle, brand new, I don't think. They want £800 for it. And they have wanted £800 for it for a long time. To me, that says to me that they don't want to sell it. You know, that says to me they don't want to sell it. It's very yellow light in here. I do need a ring light. I'm gonna get a light. Ramsey got one and made us jealous, so I'm gonna get one. Could somebody tell Ramsey that I'm live? He might still be at work, to be fair. It's only 2 o'clock in the afternoon where he is. Nothing is worth 500 anything. I'm gonna see if you can buy Chelsea for 500. So in 2011, yeah, people are asking. Somebody wanted £5,000. I swear on my life, this is true. I saw one up 2011, right? Everything sealed, everything, right? £50,000 they wanted. Was it $50,000? Was it $50,000? They wanted $50,000. What did I wear today? Today, I decided to wear Tuscany per Uomo. Tuscany per Uomo by... Oh, God, it's frozen again. Oh, no. Absolutely shocking behavior. Ugh. Sick. Why has it done that? Rotate device. Why has it done this? Right, just so you know, right, the camera is frozen. Can you still hear us? Podcast it is. That's right. I'm all right with that. As long as you're all right with it, I'm all right with it. I'll go and fucking lie down if you're all right with it. I don't know how it's happened, but it has happened. I'll just go and lie down if that's all right with you. Rotate device. Oh, not rotate device. Rotate yourself. Bloody stupid thing. So I have now put. If you're all right with it, I'm all right with it. I don't know that you are all right with it, but there we are. We can hear. If you can hear it, then I'll just crack on. If anything changes, let us know. Oh, it's so much more comfortable. Yes, I am wearing Tuscany per Uomo today. It's very nice. The lavender is big at the top, huge at the top. It is, I should say. No, Enrique, I don't have any. I don't have any Roger. No, sorry, that's a lie. Of course I have. I've got 2 Roger Doves, and they're both shit. I've got Scandal and Danger Parfum Cologne. Grossly overpriced. I would sell them both for 250 quid, the pair of them together. But I'm not a fan. I think we were talking earlier about the pictures that he posted. The pictures that he posted today on his Instagram. Someone sent us them, where he's like whining and dining these various influencers, and
you now know that when these people speak about these perfumes, you have to take it with a pinch of salt. You can't they can't be as honest as they want to be, or as they would like to be. The colognes aren't worth the glass they're in. No. Yes, spaced out. That sounds. I'm wearing Epic Man tonight. It has an oily, leathery quality. I think that could be the Castoreum. I think it could be the Castoreum as well, mate. You know. Cathal says, I have to admit I love Roger and I have a large collection of them, but I'm really disappointed in the way the company is heading. My love is starting to waver. He is getting ready to sell the company. That company will be sold at some point in the next, what, 5 years? Shit. You know? Shit. He's just gone. Well, I mean, he's gone very commercial. I say that, right? But what I should really say is I just don't agree with his like ripping off of other fragrances. I don't agree with his. I don't agree with his use of perfumers and then saying that he is the perfumer when he isn't. I don't agree with him being litigious, threatening people with going to court. It would be interesting if somebody did go to court and they had it out and they made him testify. Yeah, he's like Creed, yeah. That's what he's done. He's followed the Creed thing. So there's a Fendi Womo sample. Ah, welcome, Paige. Yeah. He's I just don't agree with that. I can't get behind it. I couldn't spend the money. Yes, Smurfy. How you doing? Once I wore a Enigma, it almost choked me out. I could not stand it, but I didn't spraying it on my hand. Don't wear as much. Yes, we're talking about Mr. Bird. Roger Bird. Smurfy. Someone is saying he has lost his perfumer. That is why the newer stuff is not as good quality or exciting. He uses a company called Robertet. Yes, it is cool to see the original Creed perfumers now openly bragging about their work for the brand. Ah, Claire, goodbye. The picture is stuck, and I don't know how to unstuck it, so it's just gonna have to stay as it is. Unlucky. He's not particularly he's not a particularly fucking pleasant man by the sounds of it. You know? Benby, you know it's true. Denby knows the truth. I will not stop it. Oh dear. Excuse me. So yes, Ramsey gets recommendation of the year for this Venetia by Creed. I have a bottle. It is quite good. Hello, Christoph. I didn't see you there. I have a bottle of Venetia and I do like it, but I wore a Creed yesterday. Royal Oud. The Royal Oud is very nice. Congratulations to, was it Raskinay who did Royal Oud? I was a bit sick when I saw Raskinay kissing Oliver Creed's ass, but I suppose, like, from what you've read from the book, The Ghost Perfumer, that Yeah, I'll try that. Hold on. Nope, it's not responding at all. It's not responding in the slightest. Maybe it's because I've got the filters on. You know? If it comes back on now, it'll... if it comes back on now, it will just show you my ceiling. Wearing Creed Viking today, not sure of the perfume in front. Does anyone know? I don't know. I'm interested in Creed Viking actually. I might get that. I know someone who's selling it at a decent price. Recommend trying Oud Royale, so good. Got a sample this week. Have you really? I wonder. Whoa. I see that Jura Rose has appeared. I am blending right now with a headache. Well, stop it. You give yourself a fucking headache, you make yourself ill. Why is my phone acting funny buggers? I do not know. It'll just have to stay like that. Unlucky. Unlucky. Sorry, everyone. Just going to be a podcast tonight. I think it's my phone, because my phone wouldn't make like long videos the other day. So something's going on. I need a camera, but I haven't got a laptop. So does anybody know who the perfume critic is? Just got a star. Oh, Anuj, hello. How you doing? Not crazy about Royal Mayfair. Not on me, at least. Do you know there's one of them that does that on me as well? I don't know if it's a Rolfer or if it's blah, 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 or if it's Royal Mayfair, but one of them's got a really citrusy top and it turned to bleach on me. It was horrible. Don't mind Viking and Royal Water. Maybe in Royal Water, actually. I'll get something else with the money. Do you wear a FFP2 while blindness so you don't get nose blind by all these aroma chemicals? She has a unique style. I've heard of White Owl de Jasmine, but I haven't seen it. You know? So I don't know. A great alternative for Royal Mayfair is Vivatis Artisan Blue layered with capped antives from 8 and Bob. 8 and Bob, I always thought 8 and Bob were alright. Fuck, we've discontinued Royal Mayfair, shame on them. Sorry about the picture again. I do not know why this is happening, but it is. She's my favorite reviewer. Is the memory full? Nah, it's nowhere near full. Like, absolutely nowhere near full. I've got like 30 gig free on my phone. You know. It's just the phone's about a year old and it's been inbuilt obsolescence. Like, you know what I mean? Inbuilt obsolescence. Excuse me whilst I hydrate. I haven't smelled the modern Rolfer. Hi, Stephen. No, haha. Just got a headache. Not feeling too well. Perfume is keeping me going though. Perfume has a habit of doing that. You were doing something with tobacco earlier on with candles. I have been burning a queer candle today. I would show you, but I cannot. And it's very, very strange. It's definitely got overtones of Imperial Leather by, you know, the soap. Imperial leather soap. It's definitely got that, but then it goes into queer d'orange territory as well. It's really nice, but it's really strange, you know? A leather candle. It was a Tuscan leather candle, you know. Can you imagine? Imagine a vintage Tuscan leather candle. I'd be buzzing. That'd be crazy. I only have 75ml Creed bottles, so I don't know how the current formulations are. Ah, keep those 75ml bottles, mate. Treasure them, because the new ones are a bit crap. Like, the new ones are definitely a bit crap. Oops. Hello, Fosco. How are you? I think I did away with 75 and 125. Yeah, they did. Yeah, they did. They're the old vintage bottles. The anything pre 2017, 2016. You're in luck. God, it's really cold in here, and the wind's howling. This is very relaxing. All the way to Z2. Well, I'm very glad that this is helping you relax. It's nice. I like being in like a chilling, nice place where nice people can come and talk nicely. You know what I mean? No drama. Don't like drama. Drama is for people who are boring and have nothing else to do with their lives. What the hell, Rich? Can you see my super chat? Nope, not. I am not monetized. Unlucky. Have you tried Tobacco Oud Intense? Yes, I quite like it, but not as much as the original. It's much more vanillic and thick and sweet, whereas the original is a little bit more of a rascal. It's got that sour, bitter, strong tobacco vibe, you know. Which, how are you liking a Scallon Haiti? I haven't worn it yet. I'm not going to wear it until it gets a bit warmer. Still quite cold out there, so I'm wearing stuff with a little bit more heft at the minute. Good crowd here today. It's always a good crowd. I like the crowd in here. Whether it's a good vibe. Nobody tries to spoil it with like weirdness or anger or drama. Everyone's just here for a nice chill out. You know, it's very. I should start reading. Read some. I should start reading some perfume reviews from books, but oh, excuse me. No, you cannot donate bread. Bread makes the river moldy. You have to donate rice. I'm a big fan. As long as it's a carb, it's all right. You know, big on carbs. Ducks are big on carbs. Fosco. Good crowd here today. Nobody's told us what their scent of the day is yet. Does anybody care to? Does anybody want to know? Want to let me know what their scent of the day is? Nobody said. Huh. Oh dear. Sorry, I haven't spoke for a minute. I'm just reading something on my phone. about a scene in Terminator 2 where fucking Miles Dyson holds the door open for the cameraman. Do ducks eat pasta? If you cooked it, yes. Happy Friday, Fosco Wattpack Chairman. My dear mom tried the new Penn portrait today. She loved it, but is worried people won't be able to smell it on her. Can't believe my mom's a performance bro. Ode to California is what Eugene is in. Narciso for him. Creed Viking. Polomois Cedar Woodpecker. Not bad. I'm not over the moon about that Oris tattoo. Like, I'm not huge on it. War by Road by Rado Ude Mortel. Thumbnail explains how I feel about it. Scent of the Day Noir Anthracite. Rituals Nuit Desert. What was that from? Never heard of that before in my life. Grand Soir from Bob. Bogue Lita. Jura's wearing Denby lol. I was thinking of wearing that tomorrow, Eugene, or only Celine in general. Nah, they're all shite. Scent of the Day is Battistone Marte Concentrate. Lord. Sardonic Sophisticate is wearing vintage 24 Faubourg. Oh, shit. Nice. That's an ancient fragrance, isn't it? How vintage is that Faubourg? Scent of the Day Declaration Parfum. Ooh, I need to get that. The 2018 Luca Tour and book. No, you don't. Just test everything yourself. I can't believe people buy books about perfume reviews. It's crazy. I tried the new Fresh Declaration Flanker today. Not bad. Really? Oh, don't be. I'm going to miss Lita in the summer. Eugene, over to California, so you got that date in the end, lol. Get Declaration in this week. Love, love, love it. Got Declaration in. Do you love it, do you? Jura Rose, I would love to know what your favourite sandalwood synthetic is. Oh, just use the real thing. Eugene, is that similar to the original? My body is... What serves you right, Peter? I told you not to complain, Peter. Peter was on to me earlier. He was like, oh, I'm going to eat loads of shit food. Get in. I'll feel terrible in an hour, but lol. And I was like, didn't complain about it when it happens. You're a fool. And now he's complaining about it. I told you not to complain about it. Stop that. Rituals is a Dutch house, most known for their body product. How strange. Epice Marine and Poivre Samarkand are on their way to me. Oh. I want to get Santal Soya and Paprika Brazil. Shut up, Peter. You've done this to yourself. You deserve it. If people knew what Peter ate, you wouldn't have any sympathy for him. Absolutely vile food. Bad diet. Have an upside down face. Flush it out with water. It'll take more than water to flush out what Peter eats. He needs colonic irrigation. I'll get some protein. Oh no, Peter can't eat meat. I mean, he can eat meat, but he won't. Wants to get himself some good food. Yes, the spices in it and woodiness towards the base are so good. So I bought that Kinski, a 48-hour fast. He hasn't got enough in him too fast. Like, there's not enough spare. You know what I mean? He hasn't got enough left over. All the good-looking young women in my life love the Rituals brand and always bang on about it. Never tried it myself. I like Palomoir for when I have to go back to work. Well made, inoffensive, and not too boring. That Oris tattoo stands stock still. Fosco, it still has the spicy cardamom and cedar. Denver, yes, love a good hotel. Rich Mitch is a big unit, wouldn't be able to go on a Eugene fast. Oh, that sounds like a challenge. I mean, I'm not going now, but you know what I mean. I've got to eat stuff to line my stomach for the tablets, like. You know what I mean? I just want to send you some burek to try. I think it could become your favourite food. You're not allowed to ship burek. You're not allowed to ship, Boric. You're not allowed to ship food, mate. It's not allowed. Which is a big unit, though. I can't deny that. Big units can fast for longer. See? There it is. I did once do like 3 days. And I barely drank any water as well. That was fucking stupid. Galen reviewed some Rituals perfume. Yeah, if it's obscure, Galen's definitely had a good look at it. Hello, Nishko. How you doing? Ooh. How many stones are you? Too many, mate. Too many. Just ate some Alzgetta pastetta. You want some? No. I think I am 12 stone. 12 stone of pure sugar. There's nothing but pure iron brew runs through Peter's veins. Galen's recent activity has been appreciated. I have been very, very heartened to see Galen's recent activity. Actually, be a good bodyguard. Nobody would get near as soon as I smelled the chorus. Yes, but I would poison the person who I was meant to be protecting as well. Do you know what I mean? How many stones are you? Too many stones. Some people can't stand pastetta. I don't know what that is. It is so cold in this house. Unbelievably cold. I think it's because I'm using it. I think it's because I am using a filter that my picture has frozen. I don't have iron brew very often. You don't need to. A little bit of iron brew goes a long way, man. Get yourself a butane heater. Fuck that. One of my mates nearly melted a pair of jeans to his legs, like. Chloros body wash. Oh, can you imagine? What's going on here? Ah, Parolius, yeah. Which Aqua Palmer is that? Sam Toronto? I will tell you which Aqua Palmer that is. It is Colonia Mirror. It is fantastic. It's beautiful. I should really wear that soon. It's marvelous. Absolutely love it. I've got so many perfumes to wear. Spaced out. Frozen screen, just a podcast. It is. It is. It's just a podcast. I would like to do a podcast. I tried to get Eugene, Thomas, and Galen to get us to do a fragrance podcast. You know, like the Les Odorants one. But I tried to get us to do it like last year. Nobody could be asked. So someone else has got it now. I still think we should do it. I think it would get good views. Hot dogs in mashed form is not very desirable. Oh, God almighty, that's fucking lifting. Have you tried Quercha? Yes. That is the oak one. I think that's nice, but it was a little bit too woolly. Rich, list your top 5 eau de cologne style fragrances in your collection. Oh, God, no. How's that? I'll do that at some point in a video, probably. Because fuck knows I'm not doing that now. All 3 of you, all 4 of us, Alan Hansen. There would be 4. There would be me, Galen, Thomas, and Eugene. This podcast gets 1 out of 5 stars. Harsh. Harsh. Envy is a tough mistress. So I was already just looking at my Polisanto when you said that it is strong stuff, pretty nice. Cologne, the most overrated. Chanel Eau de Cologne, the most overlooked exclusive. That's it. Don't ask Eugene about Gardenia, though. Don't ask Eugene about Gardenia at all. Because Eugene doesn't know anything about Gardenia. Eugene refuses to buy Gardenia. I think the reason he doesn't want to buy Gardenia is because then it's over. And he's got all of the Les exclusives then, you see, so he's saving Gardenia. What is your favourite Floris? Oh, there's one of them that was really nice in the shop, and I can't remember which one it is now. It might be the it's not the leather oud one, and it's not the honey oud one either. There's one of them, Mithril, and I can't remember. Absolutely not. Nisco. That sounds rotten. Pashteta. I don't like new things either. I don't like change. I had chips and chicken nuggets for my tea tonight from the fish and chip shop. So I don't like fish. So I don't trust fish. I don't know where they've been. And don't say in the sea. The sea's massive. Does Eau de Hermes qualify as an eau de cologne? Ooh, no. He did say eau de cologne style fragrances. I need to decant some of that soon, actually, and then start to wear the fucking stuff. Sample the Vert Fougère. Really interesting. Who's that by? I adore Gardenia, would only have a few. My favourite Gardenia by Arige Ledor. Overpriced. I wasn't impressed. That's from the 6th collection, isn't it, Alan? I tried that and I was not impressed at all. I wasn't impressed by any of them, though, to be fair. So I tried the Boltnikov Oud Monarch, and honestly, it's so powdery on me. It's old woman powdery on me. It starts with skank at the top. It transitions something outrageous. It changes like from shit to talcum powder in about 3 hours. Unbelievable, but wow. You can dip potato chips in pashteta. It's delish. Nah, mate. Eugene's already ruined it for us. Like, I'm not having mashed hot dog. That is grim, mate. Cologne in Denise from $1,000 a night light ambergris eau de cologne. I might still get that. Because I fucking made the mistake of testing a couple of the other ones, didn't I? Like the dickhead that I am. I really like Cuir de Chine. Oh, it's lovely. Fruity little number. Where did that come from? I think Les and Demetaba. I don't know if it's their style, but I'd love to smell like a big, horrible leather. I don't know if Antoine Lee's capable of making like a big bastard leather. Do you know what I mean? But I'd love to see him do it. He's technique and he's like technical. His technical side is brilliant. Like the technical side of his blending, absolutely fantastic. Like, and the style and the sort of the style and the aesthetic from Les Indomitable it's a match made. It's a match made in heaven. Like the style and the execution is brilliant. Like, you know, a big bastard leather. Yeah, I'd like to smell a big bastard. Next time you talk to him, Eugene, tell him make a big bastard leather, like Knees 10. You don't know what Knees 10's like, do you? You never smelled it. You should smell Knees 10. It's fantastic. I didn't find Oud Monarch that powdery. Lots of sweet frangipani in the mid, though, which I can see coming off old lady. Honestly, on me, it just turned absolutely like worse than Habit Rouge for powder. 10 knees. Knees are 10. It's an awkward word. Why did they call it that? Nah, mate, it's like poutine. I'm not eating that either. That looks rank. Poutine's just vile. It looks rancid, like. I mean, I say this as like an Englishman, and our cooking's notoriously grunt. You know what I mean? Poutine just looks like chips and gravy, doesn't it? Anton Lee did Eldo Tom of Finland. Tom of Finland's quite nice. It's a vetiver, isn't it? Centre of the evening, women's Chanel Allure, and my missus keeps looking at me in a funny way. Oh, she wants it. Western Oud, she's after it. What colour would it be? A big bastard leather bag with brown? Obviously. It'd be brown, wouldn't it? Couldn't be anything else. What is the sauce on the poutine? Shit. Pure, unadulterated grunt. I dated Tom of Finland once, but only once. Oh. I would have thought you'd been into Fat Electrician, Alan Hansen. Have you ever read the write-up about Fat Electrician? It's really interesting. It's not gravy, Bobby. It's pure shit. Poop soup. It's grim, like. Nobody wants that. Can you be more specific? Well, I've been about as specific as I want to be. Big bastard leather needs to go on a bottle. Yeah. Devon Tom of Finland uses birch as well, I think. Gravy and cheese curds. That is so grim. I'm familiar with Fat Electricians as well, although never having dated any. Have you tried Chanel's Paris Edinburgh joke? Yes, I've got it. It's brilliant. It's a summer fragrance for me, that, though. Like when it gets hot, you know? You guys are acting shite right now. Tom of Finland worth a go, Jura? Yes. I think it's worth a go, even though I'm not called Jura. I would say Tom of Finland worth a go. Which will give you a sample of a big bastard leather, promises. Settle down, Jura. Alright, Fat Electra from Vetiver if you've never made that sweet and creamy. I see what you're saying. It reminds me a lot of Body Chorus. The Chanel Lezo are fantastic. Oh, there's another one that I quite like as well. Gravy cheese on fries, eh? Yeah, it's grim as fuck, like, Bob. It was 2 minutes, I'm going to the bathroom. Don't steal anything. Don't touch anything. Don't talk to anyone. Don't do anything, ever. 2 moments, please. Well, friends, I've returned. Oh, managed to stand on the thing that goes in the door. That wasn't very clever. Are you there? Can you still hear us?
What's happening?
I wouldn't feed pastetta to homeless people. The homeless people will be freezing. I've just looked up what pastetta is. It looks fucking gross. It's like pate. I'm not big on pate. Like, I only found out one bought in a couple that was posted worthy. Poor pup. He takes and gets better to do it by hand. Is he allowing you to put the drops in his ears, Peter? Has anyone noticed how the viewership goes up every time I stop speaking? People want to fucking sod off. It's like a chat room, really, isn't it? Remember those? They died a death. Like internet cafes. Rich, do you have a vintage girl on rocker bar? Is there must you mean Hermes rocker bar? And no. I've got Equipage, which I'm not massive on either. Mid-2000s internet was the best. It was exciting, wasn't it? It was different. It was challenging. I mean, have you tried any Mexican food? Yes. I'm a big burrito fan. No cheese curds could spruce up a chicken liver patty. Sorry, Hermes. Yes, I haven't got it, but I've got I can get a vintage one, but I'm not keen. Equipage sort of put us off. I'm not a fan of Equipage, to be honest. Jonathan Ramsey will like that. He's really into that. He's got Fiona by Tsuga. He's a really big fan of that. Edgar Romeo, welcome. Just seen his comment. Apologies. Not big on Equipage. Yeah, I'm not big on Equipage. It's a bit shit. Mixing green chili enchiladas tonight. Shout out to New Mexico. Bashke. Hello, everyone. Bashki. Bashke? Sorry. Peter's in a black hole. I'll have to tell him. Peter, nobody wants to hear about your sugar crush. You've done it to yourself. Prefer rocker bar. I think rocker bar's nice. Denby, you're a horrible man. That sounds vile, mate. That's how Bashki. Like that. Is Bashki right? I'll get it one day. I will get it. I will get it. I will not stop until I learn how to pronounce people's names properly. Bashki. Bashke. Yes. Ah, happy days. Want Equipage just because of the release date. That's right. That's right. One may not wear Shalimar and be in the same room as Pate. I'm not fucking big on Pate. I'm with Eugene on that massively. Pate is passe. The Princess Diary by 24 Full or is it a room? I don't know, mate. I never met her. Ah, Kovacs, welcome. How are you? Anybody see Adam sneak out a video last week? Ah, I watched it. Yes, it was good. Honestly, I could have murdered a chip buddy the night. Ah, Bashki, I've got one of those as well. It's really nice. Bellamy did quite well in my video in my autumn winter 2020 21 22 steaks. I might have to do that via live stream. I might have to do that via live stream. chip butty. Seems mass heavily dry. It depends what you do with it. Like you butter the bread and that helps. Salt. Just depends. Depends how you do it. Duck liver. You leave my liver alone. Want to eat my fucking liver? It's polluted. So do you live in Bosnia Bashki? Is that where you're watching from? This is one of the amazing things. It still baffles me this day. I know that the internet's brought everyone closer together, and we shouldn't be surprised when you like talk to people from like here, there, and everywhere. But like, I live in the middle of fucking nowhere, right? In England, northeast England, right? And there's a Bosnian in the chat. To me, that is absolutely remarkable. I live in Denmark. See, that's still even crazy to think about for me. Like, I know people in Florida, I know people in Toronto, I know people in the Pacific Northwest, I know people in like New Jersey and New York. Like, there's Sebastian Furtado, who's from Brazil. And it's like, it still baffles us to this day. It's still like, wow. You know what I mean? I still think it's like, because I'm part of the generation who like, it was like the changeover from when we went like exactly like Tennessee and New York, Sydney, Australia. How? Do you know what I mean? I'm part of that generation that was like, I remember a world just before like the internet taking off, and like the idea of like talking to just instantly talking to all these people from all these people. Blackpool, yeah, you can fucking keep it DSL as well, son. You can fucking keep Blackpool. Albanian, see? 4 TV channels, yes, that's right. Do you remember when Channel 5 was brought out? There was hell on. Do we need a 5th channel? Really? Now we've got hundreds and there's never anything on. You know what I mean? Where's my bottle of water? Oh, it's over there. Oh, fuck. There's a minute. Brace yourselves. Oh, fuck off. It's not perfume, but I have just knocked a bottle of water over. So I hope that satisfies your need for an avalanche. It was a second. Delightful. I'm a big fan of water. I was gonna go to the shop and get something to eat, but I sod it, better off. I talk to you people instead. Oh, I'm too thick. Birmingham, England. That's where Audrey Jane's from. It is pretty exotic down there. Channel number 5. Yes, exactly. Manchester, yeah. Oh, God. Bacon and pancetta are both from pork belly. The difference is bacon is more heavily cured and smoked, whereas pancetta is only cured traditionally. You had ham on Iberico. Ever had that Iberico ham from the Black Pigs? Good Lord. Get that stuff cut fine, really fine, and it'll melt on your tongue. Oh my God. Bob Audrey doesn't have a phone, I should say. Flatly denies having a phone. Having a Iberico is the greatest pork product of all time. Denby, we agree. What a meat that is. Absolutely sensational pig. I didn't know pig could be this way. Do you know what I mean? Absolutely sensational meat. It cannot be beat. I struggle to see how any meat could be better. I'll tell you what I quite like as well. Have you ever had Coppa Trentina? Coppa Trentina is top meat as well. It's wrapped in juniper. Or juniper, it's wrapped in juniper. You get the salt in the juniper. Oh God, goodness me! Back in my old meat eating days, I really enjoyed the South African biltong. Yeah, I like a bit of biltong. Oh, Denby, see if you can get yourself some Coppa Trentina in, mate. Any meat can be beat. Don't beat the meat. Gabagool is better. Prosciutto too. Prosciutto's nice. Prosciutto's nice. Yes, definitely. Don't eat pig. Definitely eat pig. What the for, isn't it? Well, I'm from the north. I'm from the north, mate. That's like pigs up here are like sustenance. Iberico Bellotta, yes. Not a fan of pork. Nah, fuck that. See all these countries where like people don't eat pork, right? They're all warm. And it's like the pigs aren't set up for the heat. You know what I mean? Spain, granted, but usually it's from the cooler parts of Spain, isn't it? You know what I mean? But up north, it's a staple, like Scandinavia and northern England, like most of England, all of England. Germans like a pig. I imagine the Polish like a pig. The Germans do good things with pig. I agree. I used to enjoy roast pork joints with the salted crackling. No, never been a fan of crackling. I'm not big on like. I'm sorry, I don't eat pig. Love. That's okay. You don't have to be sorry that you don't eat pig. I just can't imagine life without it. Dirty fuck off bratwurst in my mouth. Yes, but what do you think of sausages? Pork. You don't eat pig, it's fine. You don't eat pork, it's fine. It's calm. With the Spanish aunt, I'm partial to Spanish olive oil and Spanish ham, so I must admit my bias. I prefer sunflower oil to olive oil. Beef was probably my most eaten meat before I gave up. Kovacs eats horse. Wow. Wow. Not sure I can eat a horse. I think it's a cultural thing rather than like a Rastafarians don't eat pork. There's loads of people don't eat pork. Loads of people won't touch pig. You don't get pig in India either, do you? And they definitely won't touch cow. You don't eat cow in India. They're not happy about cow being eaten in India because they're like sacred, aren't they? I only eat thoroughbreds. Yes. Galen eating all the names of the parfums de Mali. They breed cow for meat in India, though. I didn't know that. I thought that cow was strictly off the menu in India. I've done India a disservice there. Yeah, Russians in the coldest northern city eat frozen shaved horse meat. Mate, if you were in the coldest city in fucking Russia, you would eat fucking frozen shaved horse meat as well. The thing is, right, is that when you're starving and you're gonna die and you're a human, right, you're gonna like expand your palate. Do you know what I mean? Spaced out. Parfums de Mali's history is really something. Yeah. I feel the word history is doing a lot of work there. All right, raw horse once. Oh, God. I was so pissed it didn't really register, but it didn't disgust me. That's dark, that. Pheasant, rabbit are pleasant. No nutritional value from rabbit. Fucking shite. If you eat rabbit, you actually starve because it takes more energy to digest it than you retrieve from the digesting of it. I tried fermented shark. Fermented shark? Tastes like a straight shot of vodka. Sailor's food. Good Lord. So duck. What's up, Bashki? I might actually be wrong looking into it. I'd be surprised. I would be surprised if in India, legislation against cattle slaughter is in place throughout most states of the territory of India as per existing meat export policy, and any of the export of beef is prohibited. Yeah, I would be surprised. I would be surprised if they ate or produced cow for slaughter in India. Rabbit's too lean. Yeah, you're right. Do you know that there is Yugoslavian oat moss and Balenciaga pour-on? Outrageous. I didn't know it was Yugoslavian. I knew there was oat moss, and I didn't know it was Yugoslavian. Hey, maybe that's why it got discontinued. Because they couldn't get it from Yugoslavia anymore. Outrageous. I never thought of that. Russian peasants also ate a whole lot of human during the Povozlos. Mate, like, you can't really break the... You can't really blame them for eating that when there's a famine on, especially what communism did to them. The poor fucking... That you can't judge them for eating that shit. I must admit though, I would be reticent to eat another person, but if you were down to it, you know what I mean? If it got down to it, would you? You know? It's grim, like. I don't blame them. I would have done this. You know? I mean, a fucking foie gras, you'll never take me alive. Leningrad. Yeah. I wouldn't. I'd just die. Oh, shut up, Peter. You miserable git. Let's go, you got nothing. My dad used to go to a critter cuisine party every year at his boss's house. Possum, raccoon, squirrel. Oh, God, no. No. Too small. I just like to, I'm not trying to. Could you eat another human? Oh, I thought you were just talking about meat in general, Peter. Not another human. Yeah, there's a huge problem. When it got down to it, I mean, fucking hell. I don't know. I mean, how hungry can you get? You know what I'm saying? Fortunately, I'd be all right for about 6 months. Do you know what I mean? But it depends on which human. I am tasty and thick. My whole room smells like Burberry Amber Heath. Oh no, Ramsey brought a decant. Peter, you wouldn't last long. No, that's true. You've starved yourself already. Peter, if we were to eat Peter, right? If we were to eat Peter, right? He would be sweet. Be sweet meat. Now, Nishko, you're getting out. Unlucky. Sretler and Zagreb. Yeah, some student building. We were hungry enough, we would eat Rich Mitch, though. Oh, absolutely. I'd be suspicious of all of you. I'd be like, no, you aren't eating me. Yeah, I've seen the Donner Party thing. That was grim, like. They were trying to find Galen in the Pacific Northwest, weren't they? It's where they were traveling. And then they ended up eating each other. None of them would talk about it, would they? I mean, you fucking wouldn't, would you? I would feed a lot of you. You would dine out for fucking weeks. You could have to salt us and stuff like that. You could make us into pate. I would drink my Dior if I was thirsty enough and didn't have drunk water. Ooh, which version? I would drink my Dior if I was thirsty enough and didn't have water. That is not the 2005 version, mate. Cheers, Nishko. Yes, Ramsey, me and Ramsey are naturally seasoned from vintage oak moss. Ramsey, did you see that comment before? We are naturally the Yugoslavian oak moss one. There's Yugoslavian oak moss in Balenciaga Pour Homme, you know. Madness. What would make you very ill, Peter? Drinking Dior Homme? Yeah. I never met a meat I didn't enjoy, and I've eaten horse, mule, donkey, alligator, sparrow, pig brain, cassia, beetles, millworms, iguana, and all sorts of game. It's on my test bottle. It says right there on the bottle. Oh, you're kidding? No, I don't have a test. Do I have a test? I might have a tester. I didn't know it was Yugoslavian. I knew it was a thing. I knew it was oak moss, but I didn't know it was Yugoslavian oak moss. I was just saying there before. Maybe that's why it got discontinued. Just go, you're getting out, man. Nothing. You're getting anywhere near this foie gras. Ted is barking to go out again. Tell him you won't take him out anymore if you won't have his tablet. Impotent. Impudent. Take the Dirk for a walk. You got any cotton buds to stick in his ear? Get that shit out. Gross. Goodbye, Nishko. But he dreams about foie gras later. Unlucky. I remain intact. Nisco Vic. I don't know what his thumbnail is. Is that Theresa May? She was useless, bless her. Bad cow. I wish I could show you, but I've got this crazy bottle of fucking Gucci Pour Homme next to me bed. It's like the 70s version. And the top notes have gone right off, so I've like pulled it out of like my fucking drawer and everything. It's useless. The bottle's really nice. The mid and the base are still a bit there though, and it's quite nice, but the first 5, 10, 15, half an hour, yikes. Do you know, all this talk of like food and like Denby's, like Alan Hansen saying to Denby how stuff was. Like, I was like a manager of a mango orchard in southern Mexico, very fresh, fixed, very rustically the same day and incredibly delicious. You know what I would do? I was going on like holiday to these far-flung places, right? And I was around. I would want to see them make my favorite meals with their spin on it. So I'd be like, make beans on toast, like, I don't know, fucking Angolan style, you know? How do the Angolans make beans on toast? Let's see what they do with it, you know? How is ADP leather compared to TL Tuscan leather? Similar. Tuscan leather is probably better, but the ADP leather is nice. I really like that one. It's a toss up between that and the Oud, I think. No, because I'd like to see like what they would do with like the beans. I'd like to see what they did with the bread. I'd like to see what they did with like. I'd like to see what they did with all these like different things, you know, like go to somewhere that does eat pork and like ask them to do like a pork chop. Like give us like a pork chop. I wouldn't go to Hawaii because obviously I know what I'm gonna. Well, no, that's gammon, isn't it? Like, gammon steak Hawaii. See? People saying there, like, I can't think of a world cuisine that doesn't have beans and flatbread option. I think in an Asian spin, it would be sweet. That would be interesting. Brown bottle. Yeah, get the brown bottle. Get the brown bottles if you're going for those colonias, like the Quercher, the Oud, the Mirror, the Leather. Get the brown ones. The black ones aren't as good, I don't think. Sorry about that. Angola has major Portuguese influences, so it could be peri-peri. Portuguese cuisine's nice. You ever seen that? You ever hear about fucking Nando's? Right? Nando's is a Portuguese restaurant owned by South Africans in England. Madness. There is no Nando's in Portugal, apparently. This was years ago, so it might not be true anymore. But I thought it was quite fucking strange, actually. There's no Nando's in Portugal, and everyone was like, well, it's Portuguese food. It's like, aye, but it's like Portuguese food for the English. It's not Portuguese food for the Portuguese. You know? You ever seen that? Ever seen that photo of Jeff Bezos when he's eating an iguana? It's proper baroque. Like the photos, like really. If you look up Jeff Bezos iguana, or Jeff Bezos eating iguana, or dragon, or something like that, you see the picture of it. It looks like a baroque painting. It's fucking awful. Take me to Nando's when I'm in London, Rich. Do you know I've never been to Nando's? I've never had a Nando's, cheeky or otherwise. Right? It's just one of those things. Never happened. They also spread stateside from what I saw. Lol, it's not Portuguese food. Yeah, is it South African food made by Portuguese people, or is it Portuguese food made by the South Africans? South Africans like started the restaurant in England, and it's just chicken made with like fucking Portuguese in a Portuguese way. Have you been to the original Greg's? Probably. Honestly, Greg's foul these days. Used to be lovely. But the fucking, you see, like the Southerners love it because they've never had it before. But I remember going to Greg's like 15, 20 years ago. It was much nicer than what it is now. You know what I mean? Much nicer. And one of them's a nonce, a convicted nonce, the son of the original bloke, the son of Greg's, like the son of Greg, sent to jail for being a fucking pervert, like a child pervert. I say child pervert, I mean like he's being perverted like towards children, you know? So that sort of puts you off as well, doesn't it? Excuse me. Sorry about that, Bashki. Everyone's talking. We've been talking about food tonight. How did that happen? It's Portuguese by South Africans. It's not bad for the money, but nothing amazing. Yeah. That's right. It's Portuguese by South Africans in England. Funny how the world works. Like I was talking about before, how you can just like come on here and talk to people from all over the world. It's like, Ramsey, did you look it up? It's a mad picture, isn't it? It's insane. Genuinely looks like a Baroque painting from like 300-400 years ago. Looks like it was painted by Hieronymus Bosch. That's a sensational name, by the way. One of the great names of history, that. Just like genuinely as a name. That's like most Indian restaurants here are run by Bangladeshi. Never met a Bangladeshi I didn't like. Lovely people. Ramsey looks like Jeff Bezos is a cannibal. Jeff Bezos is from like another planet. He definitely he's just got that fucking huge Lex Luthor thing going on, honey, with a bald head. And I say this as a bald. I say this as a bald. I'll make sure to wear 10 sprays of the Leon at the Rich Mitch meet and greet. You'll be standing outside at the Rich Mitch meet and greet, son. Me chance, mate. Pavarotti's last public appearance, 2006, I think. Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was at the Turin Winter Games, wasn't it? Bless him. Still not warm enough. Still not bright enough. Still not nice enough to wear Pavarotti yet. Ah. Let's have a look at this. Oops, I've pressed a button. I didn't mean to do that. Sorry. Just gonna have a look. It cut out mid curse. I've got an email from Manly Sense. I wonder if he knows. I wonder if he knows we're on. Ooh, Ramsey's done a video. Francis Curtis Perfumer's portfolio video. Ooh, that's a hell of a title. Francis Curtis Perfumer's portfolio video. Try saying that when you're pissed. No chance. Nobody said anything for a while. Is anyone there? Vintage chorus, a leather road for entry, and the Rich Mitch meet and greet. Oh, I love Leather Rude. Leather Rude's one of those fragrances. I sprayed it on. I didn't spray it on this last. Like, I gave this last something to like spray, and she sprayed it on herself. And the first words that came out of her mouth was sweet. And I was like, sweet? What are you talking about? And she was like, it's very sweet. I was like, fuck off. And I was like, give us your arm. Sprayed it on her arm. I smelled it and I was like, fucking hell, it's sweet as fuck. I was like, what the hell is that? And it turns out it was the beeswax. It was the beeswax in the leather. It came out on her massively. She's quite dark and I'm light. I'm quite light and she was like quite dark, like dark hair, dark eyes, dark skin. And when she sprayed it on her, like the beeswax came out hugely. You could still smell the stank in it, and it was lovely. But it was just a totally different fragrance than it was on me. And she smelled it on me, and she was like, "Oh, it smells totally different." I was like, "Oh, that's mental, isn't it?" Very strange. Very strange. Oh yeah. Love beeswax. Very expensive material, by the way. I imagine Dior are using like a fake shit one. Ombre leather can be sweet. It's got that big raspberry at the top. Smelled ombre leather the other day. It's absolutely lovely. A fantastic perfume. It's really good. I think the designer version is actually better than the Privé one. Excuse me. Oh, it's like the opposite of Beau de Jour. It's the designer one's yeah. The designer one is fantastic. The Privé one's much more smoky and it's much more, what is it much more? It's much more smoky and birchy and leathery, which is the stupidest thing to say, but the ombre leather is like not the 2016 version, the signature version. It's just so much more wearable. It's got a more of a shaving foam sort of vibe to it as well. Bry committing a madness. Queer d'Orange is better than Leather Root. It's not mine. Not for me. Queer d'Orange is one of those things. I would love to love it, but it's got this really strange brightness about it. It smells like this candle. I've got a candle by Diptyque. It's a leather candle, which is a strange thing. I was talking about it before. I've got this leather candle, and it doesn't half smell like Queer d'Orange. It's also got overtones of Imperial Leather by Imperial Leather, which is like a soap in this country. I imagine Denby knows what that is. Queer d'Orange smells like a wallet. Yes, on another note, I think Queer d'Orange smells like one of those Hermes bags, but it smells like a brilliant, them like blindingly white leathers. Like the leather, it almost looks blue. It's got that brilliant whiteness about it. Like a cleanness. Like almost like you can hear like a high-pitched noise when it's like a high-pitched noise when you when you smell it, when you look at it, when you look at like one of those bags. It's got like this sort of like a creaking. Ombre leather was made by Sonia Constant, a brilliant perfumer, and would have been a good shout for the Dior job. I think Julian Raskinay would have been a good shout for the Dior job. The more you think about it, the more that they fucking bottled that job, giving it to Kurdijan. Unless he pulls something out of his arse and it's brilliant. I just feel like they've taken the easy option with him, like. Good Orange is amazing on my skin and it works marvelous. Well, if it's amazing on your skin and works marvelous, knock yourself out. If you like it, just wear it. You know what I mean? If you like it, you'll be fine. Oud Sauvage Mood. Pradeep coming in with a mad statement. The most realistic leather I have ever smelt is ADP Colonial Leather Brown Bottle. Realistic? How do you mean by realistic? There is no leather smell. The smell of leather is completely made up. So when you say realistic, the one that like speaks most to you, is that what you mean? What's the time? 10 to 9. 10 to 10. How long we've been on for? An hour and a half. That's not bad. Might go on for another half hour. Maybe not. It's much easier that I can lie down and talk to you like this. He's a heavy-handed perfumer, and that's Dior's aesthetic. I get that. He's heavy-handed, right? But I also think that Dior are. You have to remember Edward Rudnitsky. Was it Edward Rudnitsky? I can't ever remember which one's the old one. Old man Rudnitsky was their perfumer for like 30 years, right? And he was very good. And he wasn't like this crazy. He didn't knock up like crazy batshit stuff. He did Eau Sauvage. He did oh god, what was the other ones? Well, he did a few, including some of the female ones as well, including most of the female ones until the 80s. And he wasn't heavy-handed the same way Kurdijan is. Dior has become heavy-handed. Diorella, that's right. They could also squeeze Raskin in for a couple of decades to get a theme going. Leather belts are real leather goods have a real leather smell. I know what you're saying. That's just a leather essence. That's what that smell is. If you want to smell that, smell the top of Leather Blend by Davidoff. But that turns to fart in the base. That is it's not nice in the base. It's Leather Blend, to be honest. I've got to be honest. I'd sell mine. I'd put it on eBay or something like that. Diorella, Diorissimo, Diorella, Joseph, you're fresh. Zurjov should have hired Kirk. Ooh. Serge off a shite though. You know what I mean? 3 of those are just variations on a theme as well. Perfume used to be such a long game. Yep. Danby's absolutely nailed it there. It was a massively long game. Stuff would come out every 10, like Chanel, like the way Chanel released perfumes. Like, they haven't released a men's signature in like 10 years. Over 10 years. Well over 10 years. That's not to say that they haven't been making perfume, because they have. They've obviously been releasing less exclusives. They've been releasing flankers to all the female perfumes. They've been releasing flankers to Bleu de Chanel. So they've been at it. They've been at it, but they need a new signature. I would love to know how well H24 has done in its first year. God, that fragrance was rubbish. It's just I don't like metallic. Chanel signature line is shade. Peter is the moon. I don't think H24 did well. I fucking wouldn't have thought so either, mate. I wouldn't have thought so. It'll be a bit crap. The moon is a gaudy perfume for attention seekers like Dura Rose. The moon is a cleverly made perfume, says Dura Rose. I would rather wear Sartorial than H24. Do you not like Sartorial? I think Sartorial's really nice. I don't think I'll be replacing it once I've used my bottle up, but there we go. MSS 112, welcome. I have not seen you before. I hope you enjoy it here. Seems Chanel doesn't release things until styles have changed enough to warrant it, which I respect. Yeah. It does feel like Chanel have got an overview, a long-term, long-sighted, thought-out plan, or at least culture, whereas other brands seem to be behind the curve. Chanel seem to be this is what we're going to do under these circumstances, and this is how we're going to do it. What they actually produce and come out with is a matter for the people who produce stuff, but the culture that they operate under is much more of a long-term thing. You look at when they hired Christopher Sheldrake. I mean, I know I go back to this. I mean, he's been there for nearly 20 years now, But you get Christopher Sheldrake, who made all those Serge Lutens, and I love Serge Luton. But you get somebody like that, and you put them in charge of your ingredients, and obviously, and also he's going to be in charge. He's going to be working with the perfumer, and you've got that double knowledge. They're much more patient, not quick to jump on trends. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Are you drinking less water now? I am, Peter. I'm trying now. I am trying to. But the whole Chanel shtick is, let's not fuck about doing things that everyone else is doing. We're above that sort of thing. I think Fort Hound Nigel will tweak H24 with the next flanker. I'm not. I'm not gonna lie to you, Stephen. I'm not. I would rather wear Coco or number 19 than Blue or Allure. I'd rather wear the Coco Eau de Parfum, the vintage one I've got. It's fucking immense. Dear Lord. Sold one of them to Peter. Not this Peter. Not our Peter. Not Peter. Not Fragrance View Peter. Our Peter as in Peter Kokorin. Sold one of them to him. One of only 4 perfumes he bought last year. Imagine. Fuck me. There was a haul last year where I bought nearly 20 times that, man. I don't think it was quite nearly 20 times, but you know what I mean. Please don't use the word Chanel and shtick in the same sentence. How about using the word Chanel and shite in the same sentence? Is that better, babe? Oh. Someone's coming up the stairs. Look out. I'm going to make some, maybe it's a bacon sandwich. I'm going to go down and eat that. I haven't had a bacon sandwich for a while. The anti-porkists in the chat will not be happy. Sorry, anti-porkists. I am pro-porkist. Peter's been on a massive de-escalation. Ramsey's been getting a perfume. Oh, tell us what's in it. You don't have to tell us here. You can tell us on WhatsApp if you like. I'm not going to be on much longer. I am a little bit hungry. I will not tell a lie. Peter pulled out the strawberry Haribo. God almighty. This is like the shit Peter eats for his tea, you know. This is what like Peter eats as a meal. I'm going to eat the strawberry Haribo for me tea. And I'm going to have a dandelion and burdock to wash it down. You'll be diabetic at some point. You want to watch. I was watching videos about like diabetics with like infected feet yesterday. Oh, hey. Didn't the news say his biggest order was like 12 items? Mate, I once bought like 5. Man, if you look back through my channel and you go on to like the biggest vintage haul ever again, you will see how many I bought fucking loads off him. Let's put some bacon on. Yeah, I think I'm gonna put some bacon on as well. Bacon, lettuce, and tomato. Yes. That is a good sandwich, that, Bob. Well said. Bacon, lettuce, and tomato. That's a lovely sandwich. Hermes pushing a flanker for 2 instead of H24 speaks with that. That is a good shout. That is a very good shout. It does speak for itself. I imagine H24 will come out with a flanker. It might be one of those fragrances where the flanker does better than the original, like Drakkar. You know? Drakkar, people don't realize it's got to the point now where people don't realize that Drakkar Noir isn't the original. You know? Drakkar Noir is a flanker of Drakkar. I went through my Tudor sample and Tudor speaks how good it is. Yeah, it's a fabulous fragrance, isn't it? I want the eau de parfum, not the pure perfume, I should say. But then I think I don't need it. That thing once lasted on me for like 2.5 days. Like, this is after showers as well. Went through like 2 fucking things. Yeah, thank you for the constant updates on your Haribo there, Peter. I finished the Haribo. I am opening the Haribo. I have now eaten the Haribo. The Haribo was nice. Now I feel terrible. I went through my Twitter, something and twos. Yeah, it's fantastic. You are welcome. Why, thank you. I might send Peter a video of me cooking some pork. You'll enjoy that. What the fuck is Haribo? Oh, mate. Peter, you do know what Haribo's made of, don't you? I've just thought this. Peter, Haribo's made of pig skins. Like boiled pig skin. I'm not joking. It has no animal gelatin in this one. Are you sure? Are you sure? I bet it does. Haribo's brilliant. I don't even care. Only some of them. Yeah. Big mountains of dead pigs go into it. They boil the pig skin, and it's the gelatinous stuff that comes out of that. I can't believe it. Nah, I'm alright, Peter. You don't have to show us. I don't care. I'm just winding you up. But that is how they make Haribos. I should have sent some Haribo to Ramsey. Me and Ramsey have done a madness. We've done a madness. You will be informed when it arrives. Haribo war. I avoid those. I imagine you do. It was a grim sight, like. Peter is one tough lad. You're going to come over and bust your bottles. Easy on him. Peter's from Yorkshire. He's from Yorkshire. I'm from Yorkshire. Multiple unboxings coming on the Ram channel. I look forward to these multiple unboxings. I like an unboxing. Hopefully, I'll be speaking to a news tomorrow about a haul. It depends. It totally depends. Poor Peppa Pig. Well, it wasn't Peppa Pig I ate. I ate the other ones. I ate her sister with some liver. I ate his liver with some fava beans, and a nice Chianti. I would never eat a liver. Anything's liver. Even a pig's liver. Rank. I ate her sister. Well, I mean, why should I be any different from anyone else? I'm not better than anyone else. I like the sister. I won't sleep well tonight. I'd be surprised if you slept at all the amount of sugar you've been consuming, you silly man. Chicken livers are good. Oy. Did you like that sound there, Lily? Did it do it for you? Sorry about that. How do you keep your bottles from turning? Keep them out of light. Make sure you buy if you so I think the best place to store them is in wood. Right? Like you store them in a wooden container. So a chest of drawers, a bureau, something like that. Like my bureau, right? Because it doesn't allow things to get too hot. It doesn't allow things to get too cold. Right? The wood is breathable, so it's not like keeping it. Don't keep things in plastic. You don't have to keep them cold, right? Don't let them get too cold. Oh, hello, Spider-Man. I wouldn't keep them. I wouldn't keep them in a fridge. Like I must admit, I wouldn't keep them in a fridge. I just keep them at slightly below room temperature, in shade, out of direct sunlight or out of like sunlight that's shining on directly on the fucking thing you're storing it in. Manly sense, I am going to reply to you. Don't worry. Don't stream on Sunday, Rich. We like a happy duck. Hey, I'll tell you what. Your problems are greater than ours. Even if you win. Sundays off a fragrance rotation though. Keep them in the bathroom next to the shower. Peter's being a shit. Some people do use wine coolers. It's similar to storing wine. Like if you've got a basement, I would store them in there. But I keep mine in a north facing room, out of direct sun and out of and inside something that's made of wood, usually teak. I use teak wood. I'm going to go to the bathroom and we'll push on to 2 hours and then I am going. So give us 2 minutes. Don't leave. Oh, do leave. Once again, friends, I have returned. An itchy head. Watching you, watching me. Oh, honestly, just lying down. It's like decompression, man. It's mad how much like better it feels lying down to standing up. I can't tell you how much better it feels. I mean, I can tell you, but I'm not going to. I won't bore you with such things. Did you hear the wind noises? It sounds like a tortured ghost, honestly. It's ridiculous. Absolutely bonkers. Watching you, watching me. Yes, I must rehydrate. Thank you, Pradeep. You'd think you'd play some music. No, I don't want to get hurt by the. I don't want to get demonetized before I was monetized. Someone the other day was telling me like I should monetize my channel when I can. I was like, oh. No, Bri, I don't listen to any UK rap. I went off rap 25 years ago. I think it's when you lived through the late 90s, there's nothing. There's nothing. You lived through like Nas and Jay-Z album for album, Biggie Smalls and Tupac, Snoop Dogg in his prime in the early 90s. Saw all of that. That was all in the zeitgeist when I was younger. Listening to the stuff now. I mean, I'm saying this again. It's like I only listen to vintage rap. You know what I mean? But I don't even listen to that anymore. I've just had it. Listen to Dave and Sentinel. I know who Dave is. I think YouTube does it anyway, regardless. My other channel isn't monetized, but it plays adverts anyway. I just don't get the revenue. Yes, that's true. They changed their terms of service. Spy and Mash knows, yeah. Nothing compares to that era, yeah. Absolutely amazing to live through that as far as rap's music. And the problem is that they set the bar so high, right? Even when the last great one for me could be Lupe Fiasco's first album, second album. Audiophiles don't let their friends listen to rap. I barely listen to like modern music or anything like that. I just listen to like sort of stuff what's on. Just use the Brave browser and you can watch YouTube videos without the adverts. Yes, that's true. I do that. But the problem is I've got to go back into I just listen to Mantra these days. I pretty much stopped listening to normal music. Oh, you fucking hell, man, Peter. It just sounds like demented, that. You know what I mean? It just sounds like banging my heat off a while. Hearing the same people say the same thing over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. So you're trying to brainwash yourself. I grew up a massive Pink Floyd fan, though. Yeah, I loved Pink Floyd, but I went through a Pink Floyd phase, you know. Good mantra for you. Ram, 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 ram. No, shite. Just stops, just loses its meaning. Massive Attack is where it's at for me. You know the rumor about the drummer from Massive Attack? Klaus Muller, first time on your live stream. Hello, Klaus, mate. How you doing? So the rumor about the drummer from Massive Attack is that's the person who Banksy is. Very interesting. Very interesting. Fourth member. What's a fourth member? My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy is massive. Yes, Kanye West. Sorry, some of Kanye West stuff, early stuff. The first two albums, I really like the one with flashing lights on. I really can't remember the flashing lights is a good. So I like flashing lights. I like that album. But that's like nearly 15 years ago. And that, you know, where the fuck did the time go? A lot of top brands came out of Bristol. Yikes. More better brands came from up north, though, didn't they? Let's be honest. Beastie fucking boys. Beastie Boys really good. My scent of the day, Klaus, is Tuscany Per Uomo by Aramis. Fantastic. I am well, thank you. I hope you are too. Yes, as in the street artist, Peter. That's right. Banksy apparently is the drummer from Massive Attack. The older I get, the less inclined I am to listen to very hard rock and metal, which are my favourite genres. That's just everybody changed. I've heard of Yeet too. I want smoke with Daddy G from Massive Attack, not a dance off with Tricky. Hell of a tale, that. Jura Rose, none of that message you just posted makes any sense. Aphex Twin, honestly, that video they did with the beards and the smiling faces and the dancers and that was so weird. Yeah. Crazy. Aphex Twin. Really strange. Cocteau Twins. Damon Reese. I know. Window Licker, that's right. Window Licker. Manson. Somebody who'd spy and mash said Manson. That album by Manson. Manson's one of the great underrated bands in the 90s, the mid to late 90s, Wide Open Space, Stripper Vicar. Attack of the Grey Lantern is one of the best albums I've ever heard, and not a single bar on that album is bad. Massively underrated. They were really, really unlucky to pop up. They were really, really unlucky to pop up when Oasis and Blur were at the height of their powers. Rest in peace, Joey Ramone and Frank Zappa, fighters against totalitarianism. It's a hell of a word. Jew. Manson are like a. If you listen to Strip of Vicar, man, what a song. It's a true story as well, you know. It was about a vicar who was going around flashing people. Demi, they're like an indie band from the mid to late 90s. They did a song called their biggest song, I think, was called Legacy off their second album. Do you like Soundgarden? Yes. Have you ever heard Chris Cornell's version of Billie Jean? It's incredible. But yes, I do like Soundgarden. I think only 2 of their tunes made the top 40. Yeah, it's a crying shame. They got absolutely bleached by Oasis and Blur because they were in that mold. But if you listen to the first album, Attack of the Grey Lantern, absolutely stunning. Like, highly recommend that you go and listen to that. It's the purple one. Did he forget God? Maybe he was thinking of God when he was wearing high heels and stockings and stuff like that. I don't know. She used her voice like it was an instrument. The words were chosen for sound over meaning. What we're talking about there? I was listening to Alison Moyer's version of Windmills of Your Mind earlier. Really good. Give us a second. I'll see if I can put the link into the. It's a YouTube video, so it should go. Oh, how weird. Round. I can't sing. I'm no Joey Canoli. I'm no Juju. Yeah, the Windmills of Your Mind original version. Just wants it playing. I feel, fuck me, Peter. So that is a link to a bottle. A guy is selling a bottle of Coromandel ADT with 140 ml in it. He wants one €300. Time to sod off. Time to bugger off. Close. That's silly. People just think that because something's gone, they can charge what they like for it. And I mean, I know that's it's all well and good coming from me, but it should come from me. You know, it should. Don't just pay for discontinued shit just because it's discontinued. People are price gouging at the minute. I don't like the Beatles spaced out. Sorry. I like Yesterday. I like The Long and Winding Road. But I think some of that stuff is shit. Some of the stuff the Beatles came out with, Eleanor Rigby's a really good song. Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds is a good song. But some of the stuff they came out with was fucking appalling. The thing is about the Beatles, right? The thing is about the Beatles, right, is that I can appreciate the Beatles for what they are and what they were. Oh, right, I didn't know you like the Electric Light Orchestra. That's outrageous. Yes, I'm a fan of the ELO as well. But no, the Beatles, I appreciate the influence they had and how they changed music. We still live in a Beatles, we still live in like a Beatles, we're still living like a Beatles, a post Beatles, no, not a post Beatles, a Beatles like music landscape. You know, indie music. That's anything with a guitar in it. You know what I mean? It's basically the Beatles. People like to borrow the selling mentality from pre-owned watch market and try to transplant it in the fragrance market. Yeah, people think that they're just gonna fucking make some money. People think they're shrewd, you know? People think they're fucking shrewd. Don't overpay. Look after yourself. You know? I'll tell you something about the fragrance thing, right? There's a lot of people out there on YouTube, on Instagram. Not that I'm on Instagram, but I am on YouTube, but I am aware of this on Instagram. And they are pushing a mentality and a lifestyle choice that is making people addicted to buying fragrances. I see we're all still talking about music. I appreciate that, but just from that comment there that I saw somebody, Denby, people are pushing the buy, the consume, the addiction, you know. And you've got to remember as well, all these people who are pushing that aren't paying for their bottles. Just bear that in mind. You don't need to buy the latest designer thing. Shit. I thought I would just say that Champagne Supernova is great. Yeah, I like that song, but I agree. Somebody was saying before that Oasis hasn't aged well. I don't think it's aged very well at all. I fucking loved the Kings of Leon. The first 3 albums were fucking immense. The Killers' first album was amazing. Hot Fuzz. Shite now. Half the band's left, haven't they? Yeah, Peter's right. I've had personal experience of YouTube reviewers wanting free bottles and getting funny when they don't get them. Yeah, it's just fucking entitled little bastards. Time to fuck off. Feeder, Buck Rogers. Feeder was a great album. Like, no, Feeder's that Feeder album before the bloke killed himself was brilliant. Hey, fucking U2 are shite. Fuck U2. I totally subscribe to the South Park analysis of U2. How could somebody who's done so much good in the world still come across as a completely massive piece of shit? As soon as now is the Smiths' best tune, the instrumental version. Have you ever heard This Charming Man? Just the instrumental version. 14 guitar tracks on it, you know. It's insane. There's a video on YouTube where is it Johnny Marr? Johnny Marr's sitting there and he's telling them how he wrote it, and he's just sitting there playing it, and it's amazing. Every collection should have at least one Smiths album in it. Ah, God, The Queen is Dead. Some girls are bigger than others. I love that song. I like Radiohead as well, Denby. Green, Fake Plastic Trees is in my top 5 favourite songs. Like Dolores O'Riordan, yes, quality voice. Peter, give me a free bottle now. Nah, I don't want free bottles. Eugene told me, girl on Hermes, Chanel, Dior were the best. I'm going to recognise before I saw Susie buying bottles because it's true, no gimmicks. Yeah. Yeah. You're not getting free bottles off those brands either. Trust us. The Cure. Yes, The Cure. Fucking hell, The Cure. Here's a thing for you. I was talking about driving songs with someone the other day, and I said to someone, Disintegration by The Cure at night in the rain. Fucking by yourself on the motorway. Ah, what a song. I've done that a few times. Nobody else on the motorway, just you, dark. You know, fucking brilliant. Absolutely love it. Disintegration. Ah, hello, Catherine. Sorry, Catherine. I'm afraid you missed the stream. I'm hungry, but these people are making me stay around. I was into Incubus a long time ago when I was driving up to Scotland for my diving course. I played that. Yes, Incubus. REM are really good as well. They are. Some of the stuff's a little cheesy, but it's not cheesy in a bad way. You know, it's good stuff. It's emotional. It's probably the best way. I'm British, you know what I mean. If things get emotional, I get a bit like, oh God, no. See, it's good stuff like this. I might listen to Incubus again now. All these things. Fleetwood Mac, fucking Fleetwood Mac. Rumours is a fabulous album. You know, I was talking the other day about fragrances, like when people are like, oh, like I was saying about Prada Amber Pour Homme. Prada Amber Pour Homme, right, is one of those fragrances that's always talked about. Everybody says it's fucking great. Everybody says it's brilliant, and everybody says, oh, it's like class. But it is. That's you know what I mean. It would be very easy to just be contraire and say, nah, shit, I hate it. It's crap. It's not. It's class. It's absolutely fantastic. And it's the same thing with albums like Rumours. It's the same thing with like all these classic albums. Like loads of them are absolutely spot on. One of my favorite albums is Master of Puppets, and loads of people are like, I prefer like Kill 'Em All, I prefer Ride the Lightning, I prefer Injustice for All. The Black Album was the biggest one, obviously. but it's just not true. I'm afraid. It's Master of Puppets. It's sometimes it's just the classics. You know, I learned to play guitar with Metallica. Yeah, the thing is that if you love the music, if you love the music, then it's much easier to learn how to play it because you've got the motivation. You know, it's much easier. It's like I'm like that with fragrances. I liked S&M. I liked some of S&M, I must admit. I was disappointed they didn't do Fade to Black. I was disappointed they didn't do Sanitarium because they're obviously slower. I was glad they did Call of the Cthulhu because that's an orchestral piece anyway. Michael Kamen died. When Michael Kamen died before they did S&M too, that was a bit of a blow, wasn't it? Early Eminem albums were true classics. He went to shit after. Yes, the first 3 or 4. Rap God, fuck me, man. How did he do that? It was a good release for All Mine and a Crap. Yeah, that's one of the good things about music, isn't it? Ride the Lightning's a great album. I'm not saying that they're not fucking good albums. That's not what I'm saying at all. I would not want you to think that at all. I bought all of their albums up to Reload. Before fucking James did whatever. He fucking shops at he's a dickhead now. You've seen him shopping at like fucking Gucci and that. Stood outside in like his sandals and his fucking shorts. Bell end. They should just stop. I think they should stop because his voice is gone. He's got a yodel. The stuff they've made in the last 15 years, 20 years has been crap. I enjoyed the orchestra thing. I'm glad they did Nothing Else Matters. I'm glad they did Wherever I May Roam because that was fucking mint. Yes, a regular tangent. It is true. It is a rumor, and it's like loads of people deny it. But if I don't want to say if you know, you know, but there's good reason that I have good reason to believe that it's true. There's an album. Have you ever listened to Black Light by Groove Armada? Black Light by Groove Armada, and then they did White Light as well, where they remixed their own songs. Somebody remixed their songs, or they remixed their own songs. I Won't Kneel by Groove Armada is one of my favorite songs as well. It's a fucking brilliant tune. I don't think it's one of my favorite songs. I bet you can't guess what my favorite song is. It's a one-hit wonder. I bet you cannot fucking figure it out. It is probably my favorite song. It's right up there. I'm a bit the same with fragrances. It's a bit of a guilty pleasure, but it's not really. It's a great song. I'll put the link in the chat. Hold on. Absolute fucking tune. You'll know it straight away. Hit Me Baby One More Time. No, it is not. Get out of here. Lauryn Hill. Lauryn Hill's underrated. A lot of things. Lauryn Hill's felt brilliant. Like when she was in the Fugees were great. They did a lot. They did it. Oh my god, they did a performance on British TV of like the 3 of them doing Fuji La, and it was fucking class. Do you know, when you can tell when like some musicians are like, no, you know when you can tell some like artists, like I don't want to say Britney Spears and that, but like manufactured Disney artists and stuff that turn up and they're just a pretty face like miming along, and then you can tell when like some people have got like proper talent. Like the Fugees on this program, it was like, what? I'd never heard voices being used as an instrument before. Simple Minds. Love that album. Yes. So here is a link to one of, if not my favorite songs ever. Total one-hit wonder, but what a song. Absolutely loved it. Does anybody watch Beauty Meow? Jura Rose, you wish my favorite song was by the Village People. Ooh la la la. Oh, sorry, I'm just rubbing my head. As young musicians, dirtier Keith Richards still above ground. Explain that. Look. Hello, Cowboy Crunchies. I hope you are well. Look. Fortune. And very little else. Very little else. I quite enjoy Frank Sinatra. Yeah, he certainly sang the classics. He's a gangster, though. He's a fucking gangster. The Banana Republics. Isn't that a fucking brand? Isn't that a fragrance brand? The Banana Republics. Sinatra had a good voice, but has anybody clicked on that link I posted? I don't think you have. Yeah, he was. He was involved with the mafia. There's a character in Godfather that's based on him. Have you ever seen The Godfather, Peter? You know, at the beginning, at the wedding, the singer that comes in and sings at the wedding, and then he goes to see he goes to see the Godfather and says there's this bloke and he won't give us this part in this movie and it would make my career if I was in this movie, and he won't give it to us. Johnny Fontaine, there it is. That's the part that Sinatra's based on. Oh, that's the part that was based on Sinatra, I should say. Act like a man, that's right. Great swathes of that film were cut out, you know. And amazing that film's nearly 4 hours long, and like never once have I thought this is too long. Oh God, you watched the third one, did you, Peter? Better you than me, son. Hadn't heard Drinking in LA in ages. Yes, that is one of my favorite songs. Absolute tune. Arizona by the Kings of Leon is one of my favorite songs as well. I fucking love that tune as well. Oh my God. What a song. Yes. Love and marriage, love and marriage. The book is even better. The book. We should get Audrey Jane to read us the book. We can all sit around and suck our thumbs and drink milk while she reads The Godfather to her. We cut off the horse's head. Outrageous. It was kind of outrageous, wasn't it? Fancy cutting off a horse's head. Harsh. Red Hot Chili Peppers were quite popular a while back. Road Trippin' is probably my favourite song by the Red Hot Chili Peppers. I maintain that Godfather 3 is good, and if it weren't part of the Godfather trilogy, it would be considered very good. Well, you can maintain that all you like, mate. It was bloody awful. I thought the last scene was very compelling, though. I don't want to spoil what happens at the end if nobody knows, but I thought the final scene, like the very final scene, for some reason, just the music, the Cavalieri Rusticana, it compelled us. Love Kings of Leon when they had beards and long hair, hated them after the cooking and model wives, fair play to them though. Yes. Yes, Peter, thank you for shitting all over the fucking chat there. I loved Kings of Leon. I loved that third album. That third album for me was the zenith. Was like where they reached the top. Arizona, the last song of the third album. Ragu was a really good song. Knocked Up. I love how part 3 ties in real life Vatican money laundering scandal from the 70s. Yeah. And them fuckers have been at it for years, haven't they? The church plans in centuries. Oh dear. I am tired now. I am going to go. I am tired and I am hungry. And this aggression will not stand. That song, Charmer, was in every single fucking like Gap store or like young person's like 20-18-year-old store for like buying like the latest fashionable clothes all the time, constantly. My mate worked in one and he came out and he was like, I've heard Charmer about 8 or 9 times in a fucking 7 or 8 hour shift. He was like, it's probably even more. He was like, it's basically every like 7 or 8 song. And I was like, wow. And he was like, yeah. He was like, don't play that song or I'm liable to jump out the window. I was like, yeah, all right, mate. It was the way he said it. Do you know what I mean? I was like, yeah, all right, no problem. He was like, it sounded like he meant it. I was like, calm down. No, you bother. Yes, I am. I'm off. Is it Greg's cheese and onion pasty and onion? Yeah, future, absolutely not. They make me feel a bit weird inside. I'm Lebowski, you're Lebowski. So what? That's a great film as well. The 90s was a great time, wasn't it? For all concerned. Well, certainly for us. Most westernized people. I feel bad for the youth of the day because they've only ever lived through a massive shit show. Like, basically, like, the West has been completely fallen up its own arse ever since fucking 2007. But anyway, thank you to everyone who has watched. Thank you to everybody who has liked, because you do not have to do that. I appreciate it that you do. Sorry about the failure of the fucking screen to change at all. That was not planned. I'm not going to use a filter anymore because it's just double fucked the whole thing. But it has allowed us to lie on my bed so I could talk for a bit longer and not be in as much pain. Thank you to everybody. I appreciate it. Have a nice night. I will see you soon. Bye.